Hello friends, welcome to Excel Tricks. Today we are going to talk about the most important and powerful function in Excel, that is Vlookup. The problem we are trying to solve today is to get data from one table and append it to the second table using a common value in both the tables. Confusing? We'll take an example. So think it in a way that we have two tables. First is an employee table, which has employee ID, employee name, and then we have a second table, which is a sales table. And that table just has an employee ID. So what we need to do is we need to fetch employee name from the employee table and append it to the sales table using a common value in both the tables, which is employee ID. Let's see how it is done in action. So I've created this sample demo Excel sheet for the reference. So if you see, the first table is employee table, which has an employee ID and employee name. And the second table that you see here is a sales table. This table contains all the sales done for that particular period, and it has the details of a sales person who has actually sold the item and also the sales amount. The problem we are trying to solve is we need to have an employee name here, say in this column. Let me put this in orange. Now, there are two ways you can do it. One, obviously, you can just see the employee ID, 101 here, take the name Katie and paste it here. But that's going to be a manual work. You can do it for these couple of items. It's not that difficult. But think about the sales table having hundreds and hundreds or thousands of records. You cannot do it manually. And that is where the VLOOKUP formula comes into place. So what we need to do is we need to see both the these tables, map this employee ID 101 with both these tables, and pick up the name from this first table and append it over here. So how the VLOOKUP actually works. There are four different parameters that this particular formula takes. The first is a lookup value. What is our lookup value? So 101, that's employee ID. This is common for both. The range where we want to look this value. We want to look this value in this employee table range. We'll select the entire table and find out where is 101 listed. Third, we want to see what column we want to pick the data from and map it to the second table. So obviously we want to pick Katie, that's employee name, and want to put it here in the second table. So we have to select the column number, that is B, which is actually column number 2. And then finally, we have to provide the information whether we are looking for exact match or we're looking for an approximate match. Most of the times we use exact match. Let's put formula in place. Okay, so we are looking for lookup value, which is lookup value in this table. So I'm looking for 101 as an employee ID. Second parameter, a table array. Where to look? So I'm going to look for this entire table. Index number of the column where we want to pick the data. We want to pick the data from column number 2. That is where we have all the names. And then finally, we have to provide whether we want an exact match or approximate match. I want an exact match. You see the magic? We got Katie here, which is also the employee name for employee ID 101. Easy? Great. Now I want to tell you how to actually get this data for all the columns by simply dragging it. If I simply drag it right now, it will give the wrong results because we don't have absolute reference values. We have values as is. So let's convert these to absolute values. How do you do it? You can append a dollar in front of column and row, or you can just press function F4. See, $E and $3. Similarly, I'll make it dollar, I'll make this dollar. Now, one thing to note, when we actually pull this data down, we want to ensure that these column values changes, but this table reference should remain same as is always, right? So obviously we do not want to change these row values. So row needs to change. So we are going to delete this dollar from 3 because next time in the second row we want $E and 4, $E and 5, $E and 6, and so on. So now we are ready. We can simply drag and drop, and here you go. See, reference, it is referencing 102 and the entire table. 3, referencing this particular employee ID and the entire table. You can go and see the last one, referencing this ID and this table. So simple. So even if you have millions of records like this, all you need to do is just drag and drop or double click this dot and your job is done. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching.